In the previous video, we saw how Venice rose from the water and built a system of commercial dominance. But no power truly matters until it is tested. For Venice, that test was already waiting. It came from a city just as ambitious, just as organized, and just as determined. Genoa. This is not a story about land. It is the story of a war fought for the Mediterranean itself. This was not a conventional war. There were no powerful kings, no massive armies, no castles surrounded by thousands of soldiers. This was a war of merchants, ships, and finance. Because in the Middle Ages, controlling trade meant controlling power, and two cities understood this better than anyone. Venice and Genoa did not fight in the same way. Venice believed in order. Trade was organized by the state. Convoys sailed together. Risk and profit were calculated by the Senate. Commerce was not individual ambition. It was state policy. Genoa, on the other hand, was the perfect balance of speed and flexibility. Its power came from private families, banks, and independent merchants. Genoese financiers funded kings and crusades alike. Venice planned. Genoa acted. Two different visions. One sea. As both cities expanded, their destinies collided. Venice pushed eastward toward Constantinople and the Levant. Genoa dominated the western Mediterranean and the Black Sea. Ports became strategic targets. Sea lanes were no longer neutral. Merchant ships were armed. Convoys were protected with military discipline. The Mediterranean was no longer a marketplace. It had become a battlefield. By the late 13th century, diplomacy collapsed. Fleets clashed across the Adriatic and the Aegean. Ships rammed into one another. Decks turned into killing grounds. In 1298, the Battle of Curzola was fought. Genoa achieved a devastating victory. Thousands of Venetians were captured. Among the prisoners was a Venetian merchant, Marco Polo. From Genoese prison cells, his stories would later change how Europe understood the world. But no victory at sea was ever permanent. Every battle only shifted the balance temporarily. This war had no clear front line, no lasting peace, no final victory. The prolonged struggle slowly drained both cities. Every captured ship meant economic loss. Every captured merchant meant heavy ransom. The Mediterranean did not reward bravery. It tested endurance. Over time, the difference between the two systems became clear. Genoa's greatest strengths turned into its greatest weaknesses. Powerful families turned against one another. Civil conflicts tore the city apart. Venice, by contrast, remained stable, cold, disciplined, patient. While Genoa struggled with crises, Venice managed them. Venice did not destroy Genoa, simply outlasted it. The war for the Mediterranean did not end with conquest. It ended with survival.